This segment's being sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife.
Christmas has always been one of my favorite times of the year. We get to be with family and friends and celebrate everything that Christmas brings us. Next week we'll be giving and exchanging gifts with those family and friends. The thing about a gift is it's not ours until we accept it, claim it as our own. You see, I could have the perfect gift wrapped up in beautiful paper, have the bow set on top, have a name tag with your name on it, and I could want you to take it. But until you accept it, claim it as yours, it's never really yours. The true meaning of Christmas is God's display of love for each of us. John 3:16 says that God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, and that whoever would believe in Him would not perish but have everlasting life. God's gift to us is eternal life through His Son, Jesus Christ. It's our hope from the family at Southern Woods and Waters and Hear It From the Blind Outdoors that you and your family will celebrate the true meaning of Christmas this year, and that you have accepted the gift of eternal life through Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas, and as always, keep shooting straight.
All right. Another great message from Pastor Tim this week. I really appreciate that. And guys, next week, you know, we're not going to be live because we've got the Christmas show running. Well, we're going to have one run on our YouTube channel that he's got put together for us just for next week. So, y'all will be able to find that on our YouTube channel. We'll remind you on Facebook in between now and then. Now, guys, our phone lines are open, 615-737-7767. If you have any questions for Anthony or I, or hopefully one of these two young men down here, they can probably give you some pretty good information. But until then, we're just going to keep right on moving along and talking about some of the things that you guys have got coming up. So, Chase, what do you look forward to the most now in the future?
Well, of course, going to Bethel, getting settled in at Bethel, but we have a lot of upcoming tournaments that we're looking forward to fishing. For instance, one of them is down in Louisiana at Toledo Bend.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one. And we have one coming up at Smith and Cumberland up in eastern Kentucky. So, I mean, we have a pretty packed schedule because we fish 2 or 3 different trails. So, yeah. I mean, we stay pretty busy.
Yes, because it's not just one, because y'all were explaining that earlier. There's not just one set of tournaments. There's actually 3 different rankings that you're involved in.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a call here, guys. Wyatt, how are you doing tonight?
Good.
Thank you for calling. What can we do for you tonight?
Well, last week I called in because y'all didn't send, my dad sent my picture in, and whenever he sent mine in, as soon as he sent his in, and he showed his this week, and he didn't send, and they didn't show my dad mine.
Are you Michael Whitaker's son by any chance?
Yes.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got yours already lined up in the quay, so we'll be seeing it here probably the week after Christmas on our January the 2nd episode. That's a great deer.
Thank you.
Well, hey, we appreciate you calling. We'll see you picture here in just a couple of weeks.
All right.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
I don't have anybody on too out here, guys. Okay. All right, we lost Kelly. We'll keep going. That's so funny that he called because we have those pictures. I've got them in order, and I just feed them out in order. And it just so happened that his dad's was first in line, and was the last one in that lineup, and so he didn't fall in there. He got me on it, didn't he? I guess I better put his on there first. But
that's the first time you've been called out.
That's the first time I ever got called out for not showing the picture at the right time. I tell you what. But I'm still glad he called, and I appreciate him watching. But we'll have his picture here in just a couple of weeks. But that was his dad with that 16-pointer on there tonight.
Wow, that's a big deal.
But
big deal.
So let's start again with Chase. What are you going to be studying at Bethel?
I'm undecided yet. I mean, there's 2 different things I'd like to go into. I've thought about criminal justice, And I've also thought about getting a education degree and being a teacher, but I'm undecided. Yeah, I got to be deciding soon, but I'm still undecided on it.
It's all right now to still be undecided. What about you, Jackson? You know what you want to do?
I'm probably going to major in business administration for management, and you know, after I get out of college, I'd like to run a small business of some sort, maybe a welding shop, or even if I could open up my guide service on Pickwick fishing, you know, and I could make it doing that. I'd love to do that one day.
Well, that's fantastic, and y'all have time to still decide on that. Like I say, you got a year or so before you really need to be decided. But you come out of those freshman classes, you need to be decided.
You think you might like to teach fishing?
I would. I'd love to teach fishing. If we had a fish class for that at Scotts Hill, I'd love to teach criminal justice. That's what I'd love to teach.
Yep.
And that's what I say. I want to be a football coach and teach. I'd love to do that, but I've also thought about being a police officer too. But I mean, you never know. I'm still got a little time to think about it. So
yeah, you do. You got plenty of time to think about it. It's just a lot of times we think about, you know, going up there and bass fishing and things like that, and that's awesome. But I mean, you're there to get an education too. You know, that's great that you guys have got to focus on that and kind of what you want to do on that end of the deal. You know, it may end up being a professional bass angler. You don't ever know. We'll all be having y'all in here one night for an autograph sign or something. You know, figure we better be real nice to them now. You know,
that's right.
We don't ever know what's going to happen in the future, but no, that's fantastic. You know, looking back, I wish so much, Anthony, that we would have had a program like this, and I love seeing it grow. You mentioned earlier that y'all had gotten some other anglers involved. Now, how many anglers do y'all have at your school?
We got 40 or 50 now.
It's a bunch.
So it's really grown. So it started out you two.
It started out us two. We done it freshman and sophomore year, just us two. Junior year, we opened it up to the school and had like almost 20 anglers join in.
That's great.
And then we opened up to the full county this past year, and we grew to about 45 or 50 anglers.
You got one over here on your team right now, don't you? Isn't somebody over there fishing with y'all?
I think we do.
That's what I thought. I
They're
thought
just
it was
hiding
one
that
sitting
back
over
there in the
there.
back. We got a big crowd in here tonight, guys, just so y'all know. We
sure
about
do.
had to bring in the extra seating for tonight's
The
show.
biggest I've ever seen.
That's right. We got a call here. Let's go ahead and get this one. Randy, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. How y'all?
Doing great.
All right.
Appreciate you calling.
I was wanting to ask the younger guys, the anglers there, do they like to fish Percy Priest or Old Hickory, or because y'all been talking about Pickwick and stuff like that, do they fishing in Percy Priest or Old Hickory a lot?
We have fished Percy Priest a few times. We have. We see our good friend Hugh that recently passed. He would help us out a lot on Percy Priest, and we didn't do as well on Percy Priest, but we definitely caught some good fish on Percy Priest. But I've never fished Old Hickory.
I've personally never been on Old Hickory in my life. I've got a couple buddies that fish it a lot and do really good on it.
Yeah.
But I've never been on Hickory either.
And now these guys, you know, they're live right by Kentucky Lake, so that's why they're not going to be as much here in Middle Tennessee on Hickory and Priest. But now y'all got y'all won't now, but there is several tournaments on Priest this coming year.
Oh yeah.
That we'll be following actually, and they had a Bass Nation tournament there about 8 weeks ago that we actually filmed. So they do get out that way quite a bit on Priest.
See, the trail we're second in right now. We have a tournament on Priest coming up, don't we?
Yeah, we got. I think it starts off the 2020 part of the season. It kicks off on Priest.
Gotcha.
I think it's March 18th.
Well, I'll hang up and listen.
Well, thank you very much for calling. Have a Merry Christmas. Bye.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, it's a different. Every lake is a little different. You know, every one of them. Is there any lake that one of you guys would consider to be the toughest lake, the toughest water you've tried to get a bag on?
Wheeler,
Lake.
hands down.
What makes it tougher, you think? Just lack of structure or too much structure? Don't know where to go? I mean, what would you consider?
To be honest, I really don't know. It's just a very tough fishery. I mean, I fish some really good looking stuff, and I fish some stuff that's just off the wall, middle of the river channel, just different things.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even think fish would be on. You'd catch one, but you can't pattern it.
Right.
There's some big smallies down there, isn't it?
There is some big smallies, but I I can't figure it out. If I catch one here, I might as well just put that rod in the box, go do something completely
something
different,
new,
just to try to catch another fish, because you can't pattern it down there. I can't do it anyway.
Yeah. You agree with him on that, Chase Wheeler?
I've honestly never been down there.
Gotcha.
So they fished that before I come and was his partner, so I've
Right.
never fished a Wheeler.
I got you. You got one you think would be a pretty tough lake?
Well, we fished Ross Barnett. That was a different lake down in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
We actually caught an alligator down there. First
Right.
lake we ever fished on with an alligator.
I did. I caught a 5-foot alligator on a ribbit toad.
So-
You didn't get to weigh him in, though, did you?
No, I was going to try to get that hook out of his mouth, but I seen him teeth come up. He snapped it a couple times.
You let him have it, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll let
That's
you go
when
back.
you let your favorite bait go then. If there's a 5-foot alligator attached to it, I'll go buy another one.
yeah,
Or cottonmouth.
Yeah.
That too.
Oh yeah, that just shows how much different Ross Barnett was, just by alligators in it. And
Yeah.
I think it was a flooded swamp. They had light poles up that you run through the whole lake. You'd be going straight, and all of a sudden you take a 90-degree turn back this way, and if you didn't, you'd be up on 2 foot.
Keep
in
you
a
in that
stone
channel.
bed.
That sounds a lot like, fishing down around New Orleans. When we run that big boat down through there, you might be in an 8-foot wide channel.
Right.
And I mean, you're running, but if you're 2 foot this way or 2 foot this way, you're fixing to be on having a picnic up there on the shore.
Or you're going to be thrown out the front of the boat when it hits.
Yeah, you are.
I've had that to happen before, too.
Yeah, you are. I tell you, I saw the other day where there was some anglers that were in one of the youth tournaments were thrown from a boat, and they ended up being fine. But I just wanted to hit on that real fast because the boat captain had his kill switch on. The angler that was thrown out had his PFD on. Everybody was fine, and that's why I want to hit on that. It's not a guarantee. It's just like a seatbelt or anything else.
That's right.
But that's just another reminder. And you guys are real tight on safety. They do a great job with safety for you guys. But that right there is a reason to just say you never know. When those guys headed out that morning, they had no idea that one of them was fixing to go in the water.
And when it happens, Brandon, you may have it laying right there beside you, but when it happens, you're not going to have
There's not time for that. There's not.
No.
There's not. Guys, we're going to go over and do this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is being sponsored by the folks over at Phoenix Custom Quality Rods. You can find them at phoenixrods.com or right here in the state of Tennessee. Call their local representative, Mr. Jim Brewer, at 931-213-1455. All right, now I've asked Jackson. He's going to give us our tip of the week tonight. So what do you got?
My tip of the week would probably be to all the younger kids out there that are trying to make it fishing or trying to make it doing anything, make it to college, period. If you're trying to make it do a profession of some sort, keep your head in the books, make the grades, because without the grades you can't get anywhere.
That's right.
You can't get into college, you can't get a degree. You got to stay in the books. You got to make the grades to make it happen.
That's very sound advice. That's very sound
That's a
advice.
good tip.
You've got a junior angler right in here with us tonight, as a matter of fact, and that's good advice for him. Guys, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, Miss Debbie Flowers is going to have a great recipe for us. We'll have some more Southern Woods and Waters.